Well, e-cash is a really important currency within this stadium. It's something that we believe has a good future. It will help us become more efficient when we sell food and drink. And obviously this year we've changed the way the cashback operates. It's been a flat cashback for the first 2 seasons here. That's cost us a lot of money. But we know that cashback's important to a lot of our fans. It's an important sort of value that they get as part of their season ticket. So we've extended the cashback into a different sort of format. 15% for the earlier you get here, to the later you stay, on a sliding scale up to 0% at half time when we're at our busiest. And hopefully then people will actually spread the cost of the way they purchase food and drink in the stadium by coming a bit earlier if the cashback's very important to them, or if it's not so important to them, then obviously they'll buy closer to the kick-off anyway. So it's a very, very important thing that we see as being a big commitment to us for the future here and an important service to fans. I mean, I think that the most important thing about the sliding scale for discounts is that we shouldn't underestimate how much we think that will help us operationally by spreading the flow of people over a longer period of time, maybe taking the peak away from the game at the point of the game immediately before the kick-off and at half time. And I think with the caterers, they're new caterers, Sodexo Prestige are a top-class firm, a world-class firm. Like every caterer coming into a stadium for the first time, they're going to take a little bit of time to adjust. They've got to train their staff. They've got to get up to speed with the way our stadium operates. They've got to get up to speed with the consumption in this stadium, particularly of beer and pies, which is amongst the highest I've ever known in 15 years working in football. And that will take a little bit of time. And like any business that is employing new staff with a new contract in a new environment, there's going to be glitches. And we need the supporters to be as patient as they possibly can be. And obviously we'll look to improve our service levels as quickly as we possibly can. But again, it's a different environment than a McDonald's or a Burger King, where they're open every day, sometimes for 24 hours a day. We're open 23, 24, 25 times a year using very, very young staff that are not used to this environment. By the 3rd or 4th game, they'll be much better suited to it and used to it, and therefore we expect to see service levels improve. But we do need supporters to be patient with us and patient with those young staff while they get up to speed. Booking fees, unfortunately, have become, a part of our everyday life, whether we're going to the cinema, whether we're going to the theatre, whether we're going to a sporting event, and nowadays, even if you're booking a train or an airline fee, it's not something that we like. Unfortunately, the way the business model operates with ticketing software companies is that we are charged a transaction fee. We're also charged a fee for the overall software package itself. And this is a way of us actually recovering that fee. We don't make huge amounts of money on it. In fact, in the last 2 years, we've lost large amounts of money on this service. But our preference is to be transparent with that fee. We do have a price for our match ticket, and we do have a price for the booking fee. Our policy has been to be as transparent as possible. And again, being very frank, it's much easier and much cheaper and more efficient for us to sell more of our tickets online than it is over the phone or even face-to-face. There are costs to us of the human labour, there's costs to us of the ticketing system, there's costs to us of banking the money, there's security costs if we're taking cash. There's a whole range of different costs of actually selling tickets, which are part of our business, and I totally accept that. But we also have additional costs that come by way of the ticketing software that we do, like most organisations, particularly sporting organisations, look to recover those costs. As I say, over the last 2 years, we've probably lost upwards of £250,000 on the way we've sold tickets. So we have changed from the transaction-based model to a per-ticket model, which is, again, some people will be benefiting from that, some people will be worse off from that. But the most important thing is we're trying to be as transparent as possible. And I think that's important going forward, that we maintain that policy. I mean, obviously one of the things we aim to protect, and some clubs don't do this, is that we don't charge any kind of booking fee for when people renew their season tickets. The club still gets charged by the ticketing software provider for that transaction, but we don't pass on that charge. That again underlines the value of the season ticket and where we're trying to protect our most loyal fans from as many of the charges as we possibly can. Well, again, from a cost point of view, Smartcards are expensive. They're expensive to mail out, they're expensive to produce. For us, with now 23,000 plus season ticket holders, that's going to be a cost well in excess of £50,000–60,000, which we felt was an extravagance just for the benefit of someone having a new card for a new season. Clearly, if someone's card wears out, we'll be making sure that that card is replaced for them. But at the moment, its most important thing for us is that we put as much money as we possibly can onto the pitch. And for me, £50,000-60,000 is a sizable amount of money that we could better deploy out there, providing the best talent we possibly can for Oscar. Direct debits for paying for season tickets are one of the best services that I think this club has provided for fans since moving to the Amex and before. This is a facility that enables people to spread the cost of their season ticket. All the risk is with us. None of the charges that we incur in terms of providing extended credit to people are passed on to supporters, and it enables people to access what I think is a fantastic deal. Unfortunately, of course, we can only maintain that deal if everyone maintains their payments, because otherwise, the cost of the club starts to become disproportionate. This month alone, we've had 450 people miss their direct debit payment. Now, I suspect most of those are mistakes. They're banking errors. People have changed bank accounts, haven't passed on the new details to us. But that now means we've now got to chase 450 people to recover those missed payments, which in turn passes on a big cost and administrative burden to the club. We need people to maintain their payments, to keep up to date with their bank details, to make sure we're up to date with their bank details, just so that we can protect this. We want to maintain this facility for fans for as long as we possibly can, but we do need fans to help us.